I turn to Senator Klobuchar.
Well, thank you, and thank you, Madam Chair, for this hearing. And everything's been said, but I haven't said it. That's our line in the Senate. And so I had some other things, but I'm glad to be here with all of you. Big fan of train travel and Amtrak. As I always say, it's one way my husband and I can take a vacation and not get into an argument about directions, which I like. And have been a big believer from the day that we first went to Milwaukee. My mom, that's where her parents were from. And so we would always take the train. It was then the Milwaukee Road to Wisconsin twice a year. And I knew every town along the route and got to meet the conductor and everything else. So aside from those romantic memories and the like, I think that so much of the argument we can make now is also an economic argument. And I guess I would start with you, Ms. Clegg. The Empire Builder route is one of Amtrak's longest rail lines from Chicago to the West Coast, provides a vital link for many rural towns in Minnesota. The rail line contributes approximately $327 million to the economies of the states in which it operates. And Ms. Clegg, you noted that the Empire Builder is the only passenger service to your home state of Idaho with just one remote stop. Can you speak to the economic importance of long-distance routes for rural and frontier communities? Of course, we're very excited that we've now added another route from Minneapolis, from St. Paul, actually, to Chicago. And the numbers seem really good so far. But Ms. Clegg, if you could answer, thanks.
Thank you, Chair Cantwell, Senator Klobuchar. Long-distance service is incredibly important to the economic vitality of the West. In addition to the things that you noted on the Empire Builder that are economically important to Minnesota, I'd note that that route also serves a national park in North Dakota that otherwise wouldn't have many visitors. It also serves Glacier National Park in northern Montana, as well as the town of Whitefish. The town of Sandpine, although it only arrives in the middle of the night, is in the area in northern Idaho that is much visited by a lot of tourists, resort area. And so just that alone creates economic vitality. The other thing that's important about that route that I think is instructive for how new routes in the West could work is that it also serves as a commuter route, long-distance commuter route for many of the small communities along that route. People who live in a remote area can still work in a place that is far away because of that train. So absolutely important.
It's one of the reasons I've been advocating for this route. There's track already there between the Twin Cities and Duluth, and actually was a priority of DOT, and I've talked to Secretary Buttigieg about it, called the Northern Lights Express, nice name, and it would be a very, very good thing and a good deal. So we're still trying to get this done.
And congratulations on the success of the Borealis. It's been great.
Yes, thank you for knowing the name of it. Another interesting light concept. I guess I'd go to you, Mr. Capozzi, on that. As noted, Amtrak launched the new Borealis route. It's the first time in 45 years that there's been twice daily trains from St. Paul to Chicago. Stops in Winona, Red Wing, stops in Wisconsin. As I noted, the ridership has exceeded expectations by as much as 27%, with over 47,000 riders from May to July. If confirmed, will you commit to work to improve and maintain passenger rail on these types of routes?
Yes, absolutely. As we talked before, I support long-distance travel or long-distance routes, state-supported routes, the Northeast Corridor. Amtrak is a national network, absolutely.
Good. Anyone who want to add anything?
Senator Klobuchar, let me just say, you were one of my sheroes until Vice President Kamala came, but you still
Thank you. Yes.
Absolutely, I would support.
All right, very good. Mr. Battery?
Yes, Senator, the 100% increase in frequency with the new service between Chicago and Minneapolis, I think is was a good news story. Time and distance breeds variability. The Seattle-Chicago train naturally has delay, but with that shorter distance route between Minneapolis, St. Paul, and Chicago, I think you're gonna see better regular service, in that corridor, and it will grow.
Yeah, and speaking of that, I know that Amtrak experienced its best operational performance ever in 2018, but they're still on time. I've had good fortune in the corridor, when I go to visit friends or the like. I was just in New York, and it goes well. I like it, and it's on time, but there have always been those issues, and I just talk about maybe you, Mr. Capozzi, what you think we need to do to improve on time.
I mean, part of the issue obviously is outside the Northeast Corridor, we're reliant on other rail providers. And so that's an ongoing issue. And that's going to take conversation, commitment, and discussions with other providers to ensure that they meet their obligations of providing priority to Amtrak. And if it was an easy issue, it would have been solved a long time ago, I think.
Yeah, well, and some workforce issues is issue for every transportation industry that comes before this committee, and we're very focused on trying to get more people into these careers, so.
Yeah.
Very good. All right, well, thank you. I have an apartment here that I hear the Amtrak trains when they come in, and it's very, very fun, honestly. That's why I picked it. Just keep up the good work, and let's keep expanding, especially in the middle of the country. I just think there's so many opportunities that are untapped. So thank you.
Thank you, Senator Klobuchar.